Hey, happy Monday. Welcome back to Zeke's Garage. I'm in the shop. It's Monday evening after work. I'm out here trying to get my one thing done on the buggy. I'm trying to do one thing a day. You know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So how do you finish a buggy? One thing at a time, one thing a day. Anyway, it's kind of my motto on this thing. See if I can get just one, even if it's one little thing, try to get it done. So I'm kind of torn on my dash here. I don't know whether I'm going to use this one from the burn project or not. She's a little rusty on this backside. I mean, it ain't too bad. And for what it's going to be, maybe this will just be good enough. I'm a little concerned about the bends in it here and there, but all in all, I don't know that it's too bad. So maybe we will use this one. I can't find one locally here for a decent price. Everybody wants more than $100 for them, and it's just a piece of sheet metal in the end, you know. I could throw a piece of sheet metal across there and be done with it, but I kind of want it to look CJ-ish. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and see how it looks. Maybe paint this back side of it, and we'll go from there. More later. All right, I got the back cleaned up and I got it sitting here. I think I like it. It's this whole truck's gonna get bent up, so it's, it'll look like the outside of this thing here as soon as we get tires and wheels and motor in this thing. So I think I like it. I think I'm gonna run with it. It'll save me $100. So all right, I'm gonna pull it back off, clear coat the back side so it won't rust any further, and then bolt her on. Will a CJ dash bolt in a YJ? Yes, bolts right in. The bolts that I have in place are factory. I didn't even re-drill the dash. So I've got two there, nothing along here. I may throw a couple of tack welds at it. But right there, there's two above the steering column and then two down, the same two down the other side of the dash. Actually, there's three down that side of the dash. So maybe I'll see if I can get this lower one in place. But anyway, yeah, that thing bolted right in. And now that it's in there and straight, I had to massage it with the dead blow hammer a time or two. But now that it's in there and bolted up, it looks pretty good, I think. I'm pretty happy with it. So we're going to run with it until I maybe change my mind down the road. We'll see. All right, Monday evening in the books here. Two things accomplished. Steering column's back in it, and this dash is installed. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's still pretty cold out here, so with that, I'm calling it a night. So, see you tomorrow. Hello and welcome to Tuesday evening. Today I think I'm going to mount this grill, get it bolted down. I've got me a straight edge against the cowl here. If I push it tight against the cowl and then check the rest of the hood, all these CJs do kind of taper towards the outside, so I'm looking pretty good here. Without a set of fenders on this, I was worried about, this hood being level with especially with this larger looking gap here, but according to the straight edge here, I'm good. So I think I'm going to mount it up on that grommet that I've got there. I've got a bolt pry bar there to help me lever it up. Just need a cameraman, so let me get after this and see if I can get her done. And then I think I'm going to remove those bumperette things off the back here. Get a couple of things done, little things done tonight. So let me get after this and see if I can do this by myself. Well, I jinxed myself. I shouldn't have said it was going to be easy. Now I have the jam nut, or the capture nut, out of the grill here after prying this guy and this guy up out of the way. You can see the little slot that this thing lives in right there, to where it'll go in and align. But this guy here, let's see if I can get it to focus. I can't tell if the threads are just gone. Maybe they're still there, looking at it through the camera here. My bolt just slips in and out of there, so see if I can find a different bolt that matches this thing and get on with this, or weld this up and make it fit the bolt that I have. So here we go. So much for easy. Well, hello again and welcome to Wednesday evening. What happened to the rest of Tuesday? Well, that's kind of a long story. Wife kind of changed my plans. We ended up doing some Christmas shopping, doing some running around, and then she fell, twisted her ankle, got hurt a little bit, and I ended up catering to her kind of the rest of the evening and running and getting her ankle brace and whatnot. So I didn't get back to this grill last night, so sometimes it's a good thing when I get two things done in an evening like I did Monday night. So I'm still caught up, but I need to get something done tonight, so I'm back on this grill. So here's my plan. I got my tap and die set out. This is the captured nut here. We're going to re-tap the threads in that thing, clean that up, try to get it back in there and hope it'll stay in place. Maybe I'll tack weld it, and we'll go from there. So here's hoping. Alright, a little WD-40, and yes, a manual tap. I didn't Paul Cox it here and do it with my Milwaukee power drill. We did it by hand. So she cleaned right up. We're going to reinstall her and see what we get. Alright, quick update. That grill's still kicking my butt. I just can't get her bolted in. I got her tapped, put back together, the nuts captured, but I just can't get it threaded here by myself, so I'm going to have to get my head under there and try to line the hole up and yada yada while somebody's here making adjustments with this pry bar and whatnot. So that's probably going to have to wait till the weekend. So I abandoned ship on that and cleaned the old bumperettes off the back here because that was on my list. They're right there. They are for sale if anybody here in the Salt Lake area needs a set of factory bumperettes. But I think that's what is going to be accomplished tonight. I'm going to run in and eat me some dinner before it gets too cold and relax and watch Matt's Off-Road and Fab Rats and probably Trail Meter. So until tomorrow. Well, good day and welcome to Thursday evening. Today is I ordered parts, and I consider that doing something, because if you get parts you did something, right? So I ordered a winch plate, a set of taillights, and a steering gearbox brace, and this is the tailgate drop cable. I thought I ordered two, looks like I only got one. So anyway, back to Amazon for that. But so that's going to be Thursday night's installment. It's just parts. I'm going to cater to the wife tonight and her twisted ankle and scuffed up legs. So tomorrow the powers that be at my work let me have the day off, so I'll spend a lot of time out here tinkering on this thing tomorrow. So until then, happy Friday morning, y'all. It's cold. It's like 33 degrees right now in the old shop, so I'm all bundled up in my insulated coveys and my hat, and we're going to try to get some work done on this here buggy for a couple hours until I have to watch my grandbaby. So I made me a list. Here's a quick look at the list. I'm focused on all of this up here until I buy parts, and this is when I have parts. But I do have a few parts, so you may see me put a winch mount or a steering gearbox brace or something like that. But here's my focus right now. So I think I'm gonna get this thing up in the air so it'll make getting under it and mounting that grill a little easier, because I still haven't got that done. So I think I'm gonna put a couple of jack stands on this thing in the front, get it up in the air so I can work on the front end, have it elevated up workable level here for a minute. So gonna get that done. All right, we got this one done already. That wasn't as tough as I thought it was gonna be. She actually come right out of the hole, so we're gonna grind around that now and see if I can plug that with the welder and buzz it relatively smooth. I'm not going to worry too much about the bodywork on this thing because I know it's going to be on its lid and get beat up. So here goes some welding. Okay, we got the hole patched up. Now I'm going to do some grinding. Alright, just like that, we have a patched hole, and that's good enough. I don't see any way water's going to get through that. There's one little pock mark there in the middle that I might still hit with the welder, but hey, this one's done too. Alright, the next thing on my list is these square holes where the washer sprayers came out. I'm actually going to just put me a panel underneath here and weld the panel into place. Because that's a big old hole to be patching with just the welder. So just going to do that one from underneath and fill it, and we'll go from there. Alright, we're moving right along. I got that one plugged. I still need to do that one. And I've put a few tack welds on my dash here where there's no bolts in it since it's CJ YJ conversion. So moving on to this one now. Alright, and just like that, we have the holes in the cowl patch. There's the washer 1, washer 2. I welded that hinge up there, put a couple of tacks on this dash, and now I'm going to go to work on this one and I just kind of filled this gap here with the welder on that other one, kind of clean that up a little bit. So I'm going to do that and then probably call it a day for a few. Well, alright, I've had some success here. I've managed to get this grill mounted and get my steering gearbox brace in, so pretty excited about that here. So be back in a little bit with some more. Hey, I'm back. It's Friday afternoon, about 3:30. I've made a pretty good dent in my lid. The grill is mounted, and I even did the braces from the firewall. That was a pain in my butt and took way too long. We removed the front seat belts. I put them on KSL for sale. Removed the antenna and patched that hole, and patched the wiper holes for the sprayers. Then we cleaned the shock, the mess, excuse me, the mess from the shock mounts being torched off, and the motor mounts. Then I put my winch plate and my gearbox brace on, so it's good to see some X's on that there list. And here she is. There's the winch plate, the gearbox brace back here behind it, over to the gearbox. She's bolted up on the bottom there. And then these guys, took some measurement and finagling, about 30 minutes worth, to get them to where the hood will close great on the latch here and do its thing. And then I had to crawl inside the frame and clean that frame up with my 7-inch grinder there, and then over here where the motor mount was chopped off, and then again here with the shock mount and on the side of the frame as well. And here you can tell where I notched the grill for the power steering hoses that are going to be right there. Anyway, it's coming along. Hood closes nice, latch is good. I just need to, I'm going to build some braces that are going to come off the frame here and either catch this one and this one, that one, and that one, just weld on here and come up and reinforce the grill there. And then, like I said, the seat belts all came out there, right there on the floor. And everybody knows how fun they can be, those torque bolts that are down in here that are all nice and rusted. These in the roll bar came out fairly easy, but these ones that are down in the tub are not fun to mess with. So pretty good progress on the buggy today. That's probably going to do it for today, and we'll be back at it tomorrow when the brother-in-laws show up. So until then, have a good day. Good morning. It's Saturday in the shop. It's about 30 degrees outside, so I'm all bundled up. I think it's even whoa, what's this phone doing? Anyway, it's colder here in the shop. I have a thermometer out here. It is reading yeah, just barely less than 30 degrees. So it's chilly, another chilly morning. I'm out here gonna get an early start because the wife's at work. Only a couple more things I can do on this before I need to spend some money on parts. So I think we're gonna try to get the cowl plate covered, get that built, and maybe even finish the comp cut on this tub. See if I can get this thing a little more chopped out here in the back. I gotta decide what I'm gonna do for taillights. I don't like these 6-inch ovals like that. I'm a fan of the 4-inch rounds. So then I got my CJ tailgate here. It fits in the hole. I just need to get some brackets, the hinges, and then the swivel brackets so I can mount it up. It'll be cool. It's the one that was on the CJ7 during the house fire that we lost. So anyway, a couple more things. Try to get that done. Then we're gonna try to run to the park and run some RCs today and catch some footage for the channel. So here we go. Okay, so I traced out this here grill screen onto a chunk of aluminum I have, and there it is, just sitting in place. It's kind of thin, but I don't want to completely seal this up because we may want this heater going back. You know, we decide that we're freezing our butts and want to put a heater in this thing, even though it's not going to have a windshield or doors or a top or anything. But a heater, you know, blowing on your feet and legs may be nice. So I don't want to completely dedicate to just closing this off and welding it shut. So I'm gonna poke the holes in this, screw it down, and probably just RTV it so we don't get any water through it, around it, under it, and go from there. So time for holes. Good evening. It's Saturday evening here. I think I've done as much as I can this weekend as far as parts and available work on this buggy is going to allow me to. So I'm going to call this a wrap for this video. Hey, if you're liking what you see here, give me a subscribe and a like, and shoot me some comments. I'll be happy to answer any questions. So appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.